Today I'm going to be talking about my dad. He loved tie-dye and Volkswagens, and the reason I'm talking about him is because he died of kidney failure or renal failure in July of 2022, and this past Wednesday, November 27th, was his birthday. It would have been his 67th birthday. And so I wanted to share with you a little about him. His name was Rick, and Rick worked for General Motors for many, many years. After he retired due to disability from type 1 diabetes, he started to get really fidgety at home and he wanted to figure out something to do. So he decided to restore cars. If you know anything about my dad, he loved tinkering and working out in the garage on anything, from dirt bikes, four-wheelers, snowmobiles, anything that had a motor, he'd be working on it. Anybody in our neighborhood knew that they could bring their stuff over to Rick and that he would work on it for them. So today I want to share a little about his Volkswagen journey. So this is something that he had, and I keep it on my desk and I love it. It actually can hang, but I don't hang it up. It's a Volkswagen bus. My dad started doing restoration of Volkswagens when I was in 6th grade. I remember going to 6th grade camp and being picked up by my parents instead of riding the bus back to the school. I was so excited to show my parents the camp and all the things that we did that week. I, however, got worried because my parents were late, and they're never usually late. They're always on time, or before we had to be somewhere, they were there early. And so I got worried because they were late. Well, they came up and over the hill and I showed them the park and I showed them the lake and all the cool things that we did in my cabin. We ate lunch and then we went back to the car. Well, I started walking with them back to the car. We got to the parking lot and I didn't see our normal vehicle. I went and I looked at my mom and I said, "Where's our car?" And she said, "It's right there." And it was this rusted, old, rickety Volkswagen Beetle from like the 60s. And it was rusty. And I was totally taken aback because Dad had never done anything like this before. Why are we driving a rusted car? I'm so confused. And he said that he was going to restore it. I remember going home that day and I could feel the springs in the seat and I could feel the wind coming through the rust holes of the car because it was that rusted out. The floor was rusted. I can't even believe that it even drove on a road. But after a time, he started to realize that he could do these restoration of these old vehicles and he could go and take them to car shows and win trophies, and he was in magazines and he was in calendars for Volkswagen. So it became this hobby that later turned into such a blessing because he was able to help other people and make so many friends in the Volkswagen community. So if any of you know of my father, Rick Hooten, please leave a comment in the description below because I would love to hear your thoughts about him and any fun memories that I might not know. So I wanted to share this with you, and this is a pride and joy. My mom made this. It is a book, and it's all to do with my dad's Volkswagens. So as you can see, there's a Volkswagen on the front, a rug, and that was our rug that was like in my dad's little office. These are my parents. And she made this book for my dad. So as you can see, I think this was the very first one. He took it down and painted it and redid the whole thing. So cool. And he would do these right in our garage. He'd like spray paint everything and he'd do everything. So that's the 67 that he did, and that's the finished product. he did many of these. He did Volkswagen Beetles. He did Volkswagen buses. Oh, here's me and him working on one. That's me. He did Volkswagen buses. He did so many different restorations. That's me and him again. So I just wanted to share. Those are all the ones that he redid. He redid a lot more than these, but this is the first book that she made for him. So I just wanted to share in my dad's memory, because he loved Volkswagens and car restoration and just cars in general. And I wanted to share that with you to keep his memory alive. Thank you so much. Remember, always be kind and abound in hope. Bye-bye.